Hey there, home athletes. Happy Thursday. Workout today. We have a 20-minute AMRAP, kind of a sustained effort piece, if you will. Goal is to get going, keep going for the full 20 minutes as much as possible, taking as few breaks as we can. We have some cardio in the form of shuttle runs. We have some midline strength in the form of sit-ups, and we have some upper body pressing strength with some push-ups today. So pretty simple, no equipment necessary. So shuttle runs, we're looking at 20 reps here. We have our 2-point setup, 10 meters apart, about 32 feet or so. If for some reason you cannot do shuttle runs wherever you are working out, this of course could be substituted with a 200-meter run, right? Works out to be about the same 200-meter run. So if you need to do that, run outside, also the same. So either way you're doing this should take about a minute or so, give or take. Then we move on to our sit-up station. We're doing 40 reps right there. And of course with sit-ups, ideally if you don't have an AbMat, and I'm assuming you don't have one at home, I like to have people kind of anchor their feet down. You know, you can hold a dumbbell or a kettlebell or whatever between your feet, or tuck your toes underneath, your couch or whatever you have nearby. What we're looking to do with our sit-ups, of course, is try to keep that back nice and straight. Particularly when we come up, it's easy to kind of lead, kind of round that back out and come up and kind of disengage the abs, as opposed to keeping a nice kind of tall posture, keeping those abs raised the entire time. Make sure there's nothing behind you, like this airbag right here, then going down to the ground, coming back up again. As far as getting work done and strengthening your abs, we talk about, like, you can use your arms for momentum, right? Keep the arms overhead and use those arms to kind of lead the way. The less you use your arms, the more challenging this movement is. Like, if you really want to challenge yourself, you actually take your arms out of the equation and keep them over the chest. That's definitely more challenging. What I like to do is try to do as many as I can without the arms swinging too much. And then, we're doing that set of 40 in there. You get towards the end of that, things are getting a little tired. Go ahead and throw those arms in for a little extra momentum. So, all the way down on the floor here, right? And then ideally, we're sitting up and ending up with the shoulders slightly ahead of those hips. All right. Now, push-ups. Great exercise, often not performed too well. I will say technique matters, mechanics matter, doing it right matters, right? If you do the movements properly, if you do them well, if you pay attention to what you're doing, you get so much more out of exercises like a push-up, right? Ideally, we are engaging chest and triceps and our other upper body pushing muscles. If we do it right, we're also getting a nice kind of core exercise because we're stabilizing that midline, much as you do with a plank hold, right? You're bracing your abs, you're squeezing your butt, you're squeezing those quads, maintaining a lot of tension to that middle part of the body so that your entire body moves up and down as one piece, like a plank of wood. That's where that name comes from. So, straight arms to the top, squeeze everything you got. Ideally, chest touches the floor, and only the chest, we push back up, right? So just the chest touches the floor at the bottom, the arms, the elbows are fully extended at the top. If a set of 20 is too big for you to do like that, but you can do them like that, scale that number down. I'd rather see you do like 10 or 12 good push-ups like the one I just demonstrated, rather than 20 kind of sloppy looking push-ups where things get a little bit crazy. And of course, if push-ups are a little bit of a challenge at this time for you, feel free to scale the movement a little bit. As always, we can raise those hands up off the ground, right? Put them on a box or a chair or an elevator. The higher the hands are, the less weight you're pushing. So that's totally fine. If you need to, knee push-ups are an option, I should say. I'm not a huge fan of those, but if that's what you got to do in your setup, totally fine. And then lastly, I'll talk about hand position. I often see a lot of weird kind of hand positions with push-ups. In my opinion, hand position, the hands are right here, kind of right, basically maybe chest level at the absolute highest, maybe a little bit lower. When we're on the ground, see right now I'm set up, my forearm is parallel to the floor. This would transfer to vertical on the floor. If our hands on the ground, forearm should be vertical, put you into a better pressing position. So, there you go, cues and things to think about today. 20-minute AMRAP, we've got those 20 shuttle runs, 40 sit-ups, and 20 push-ups. Have a great workout, guys. I'll talk to you again tomorrow.